All right, guys, so I'm in Orlando, or almost in Orlando. I'm in like Altamont Springs. So we're gonna see how this works for Uber, right? When I was in Daytona, I stopped there for a second. It did pop up Comfort. It's got different options than what Jacksonville's got. Now I pulled it up in Orlando. I don't see nothing but XL and regular. So we're gonna see once I get in Orlando if I actually get Premier or not, because it's gonna be interesting. I still got Lyft Black, so I'm still good with that. We're gonna see, but I've got to go to the hotel. I gotta check in. I gotta do a couple things before I start driving around, but I'm gonna be here all weekend. But you've seen yesterday, or you'll see, I probably had it at the beginning of the episode showing that yesterday I had Lyft Black on, didn't get any rides in Jacksonville at the airport. And so I'm in Orlando. That's why I'm here in Orlando, trying to try it out. Let's see what happens. Because tell you what, doing Lyft Black, Uber Black, there really is no business in Orlando, or not Orlando, but Jacksonville, except for during TPC. And TPC is not till March. It's only 1 week, maybe 4 or 5 days. So definitely is not worth staying around that area when I'm doing this premium service. So we're in Orlando. We're gonna see what it's like. Let me check in this hotel and let's see how the day goes. So get out, make sure it's clean. So I had the issue with Uber. I called them and for some reason it had 2 vehicles. So now I just have to re-upload it, and then I'm actually eligible for Black. So that might take a few hours to do it. I can't check into the hotel. So this is the whole thing, right? I got a hotel, trying to test out all this stuff before I go. There's gonna be problems gonna run into, and it's better to know problems when I'm closer to home than when I'm 5 states away or trying to go to Atlanta, whatever. It's a lot easier like this. So that's why test run down south makes it a lot easier to figure out what stuff am I gonna have to deal with. Well, check-in's one of them. I was supposed to be able to check in at 11. I can't check in until 2:30. I got luggage back there because I'm gonna be traveling, so I can't go pick up passengers if I got luggage, because what if they got luggage? What am I gonna do then? So that's why I can't do it. So now I'm gonna upload all these documents while I'm waiting to go check in, go get the car washed, and that's another thing. Can't wash the car at home. Don't know where the car wash is because I'm in different cities. So whole point of this stuff, show you guys this is what it's gonna be like as I travel. So let me upload these documents, try to get this stuff, lease Lyft's good to go, and I'll be doing Lyft Black until Uber does, but I'm here for a few days, so it don't matter. So I finally checked into the hotel, and now you can see this is actually a pretty good room. It is a Hilton Garden Inn. It's a Hilton Inn Garden Suite, I believe is what it is. But I'll have a link in the description if you guys want to stay. It's right here off iDrive. It's right here by Disney. It's right by the theme park. So if anybody wants to order or is coming to Orlando, use that affiliate link. It does help the channel, but I will be posting all the places where I stay so you guys get a good look. So maybe if you're going that way, hey, you're like, you know what? I'll use that link. I like that place. I want to stay there, because that's the whole point. I'm going to have to stay in all these places, so I might as well show you guys them. But you can see I got an actual double bed. I was trying to get a single, obviously it's just me. I don't need all that room, but got the TV, got my laptop hooked up. You got a little dresser, chairs, there's a pool out back. I'll show you more of the hotel itself, but it's not too bad. Got the fridge, got the microwave, and it's got a closet in here, which I got some clothes in there. Got a little bench seat, a little mirror, and then you got the bathroom. So it's actually pretty nice. I mean, definitely can't complain. Definitely stayed in a lot worse. Stayed in a lot worse places than this, but just wanted to show you guys this. I'll put a link in the description. Everywhere I stay, I will put those links. So if you guys are ever interested, if you like that hotel. Now, I'm going to stay in ones that are more kind of budget friendly for you guys. Like this one was kind of a deal. Not trying to stay in the cheapest hotel. I'm not trying to stay in the most expensive hotel. But certain areas, I'm trying to stay in certain where most people would want to go if you're going to the area. So this is iDrive. It's right here near Disney, all that. So obviously you could fit a little family in here if you wanted to. I don't know how many guests, if it charge you more. But I didn't pay too much. It really wasn't too bad. Yeah, Jacksonville, I don't live too far, but I also wanted to try it out because I need to know all the little things that I'm going to have to think of when I go on this trip. Like I couldn't check in till like 1:30. I had to do this, I had to do that. So there's a lot of little things that happen. So that way I tested out not too far home. It's not that big of a deal. So about to go do some Lyft. I had to get through it with Uber because Uber, honestly, well, they had a mishap. They had me double vehicle. Then they had this, they had that. So I had to call and complain. So that's the one thing. I could have just done the rides and been mad, just done Lyft and be like, oh, it's not coming through. Or I call and I call and I call until I talk to somebody and I get the situation. Now they, put the case through. They did all this stuff, so I should be Uber Black within the next day. But I am Lyft Black, so I'll be doing Lyft tonight until that works. So till then, until Uber Premier or Uber Black pops up, just going to be doing Lyft Black. But at least that's the point of having multi-apps. And I'm not saying, oh, you need to spark all this, because if you're doing where I'm at now, you're only going to want to focus on Uber, Lyft, and then once you get the commercial, that's when you go and do your own private ride. That's the end goal. So I'm back at it. Yeah, so when you go down to the first floor, you've got the lobby, then they got like a little dining hall, then they got a patio out back. That's where I went the first time. So we'll go back down there, give you a little tour. So you got, 6 floors? So it ain't too bad. You got the breakfast hours. The patio ain't too bad. It's actually pretty nice. It's right here off I drive too, so it's close to Disney, all that other stuff you want to do. So you got a nice little patio out back too. So I came out the back, we had a bunch of people in there. Do it later. Started deliveries, work your way up, and once you get to the Uber Black, once you get the commercial, the LLC, all that stuff, that's when you start doing your own rides. But instead of complaining, you guys complain all day. Oh, Uber does this, Uber does that. Instead of complaining, why don't you just focus on a solution? What can I do? How can I do this and make more money? Well, that's what I'm trying to show you guys. So like and subscribe. I'm going to go take some Lyft rides. Let's see how good Lyft Black is. We'll see today. So thank you guys. So I'm off to do some Lyft Black. Let's see what we make today. So right here at iDrive, we're going to go ahead and go online with Lyft and see what happens. Oh, got an earnings assistant, huh? We're gonna cancel that. I don't really care about that right now. But let's see what we get. Who knows? See how busy it is. But I'm gonna head to the airport, try to see if I can't get a ride there, at least to start off with Uber Black or Lyft Black. That should be a good spot to go. But if you notice this too, we'll show you guys a little bit about this. Disney, look. Black ride types are not eligible to enter the Disney Springs staging lot. And then the other Disney, same thing. So I wonder why that is. Then you got this, few issues. And let's see what it says. So all we gotta do is do some rides, knock it out. So we'll see what happens. So with Lyft, I've only done like 13 Lyft rides. With Uber, you gotta have 250 rides to do Uber Black, which sure there's ways around it, because what if you rent a car and you start doing Black but you don't have experience? I know they want some experience, but Lyft doesn't know that I have tons of experience, but it's whatever. I only realized doing it just because, if I run into an issue, it's the reason why I show it to everybody. It's not about, oh, I don't want to show, I'm just going to go knock these out before I make an episode. No, I don't care. I care less, period. what I want to show you is, if I go through something, you're going to have to go through it. Well, I want to show you it, regardless if I've already gone through it or I'm going through it at that point. That way you can see how you do and what you got to do, so you already be prepared. I'm not always prepared because I got a million other things. Reason why I never did Lyft too much, because Lyft sucks in Jacksonville. And when the car broke down, I couldn't pick up people. Otherwise, I'd have had the 20 things because I was doing Lyft. But Lyft in Jacksonville kind of sucked. The rates weren't that good, whatever. Well, it has to be qualified for black, but it's not letting me really, I don't know if it's letting me do it until I unlocked extra comfort with like 20 rides. I'm at like 13. So going to the airport anyways, still waiting on Uber to clear me for Uber Black. I got it on there just in case it does pop up Premier or something. But I'm waiting for a Lyft ride. I'm just going to take a decent ride, then go back out towards like Disney or something, work that area with Lyft, do some rides, give some people a nice little ride in a premium car for a regular price. You know, it can't hurt sometimes to say, hey, look, guys, this is what it'd be. And then after that, you know, once it unlocks it, everything's good. Well, I'll be back here tomorrow doing Lyft Black fully, but we'll go from there. You know, stepping stone. That's why I came to Orlando, try out all this stuff to get all the little kinks worked out before I really go on the road, because then it's going to be pretty much a lot more confusing, a lot more. Then remember, I don't know if I showed you guys, you got all the taxi cabs, then you got the big buses, then you got the black, then you got the regular, and you got a food truck over there. But I'm gonna show you all the different airports too across the US, because I'm gonna hit them all. There might be issues where I can't always hit an airport, maybe. Well, that's what we're gonna be finding out as I go, because I've never had issues with Orlando. I've never had issues with Miami, West Palm Beach, Daytona Beach, Gainesville Airport. I've been just about every airport but Tampa, and there was probably a couple other ones. Well, we'll see. Then you got the regular Uber and Lyft. So I gotta do like 7 rides to get that 20 ride extra comfort feature unlocked to really get more Lyft Black, because just never did Lyft. I always did Uber. Lyft just was never no good. Well, now I'm waiting on Uber to fix the issue to where I have Uber Black. They even told me you're supposed to have it, but for some reason they had to I don't know. I was on the phone with them, they're fixing it, but they said it could take a day. I'm like, yeah, I figured that. But I have Lyft Black, but because I haven't done, I think it's just 7 more rides. I got like 13. I just couldn't do it because the car was messed up, and Lyft sucks in Jacksonville to me, unless I was doing black or something. But just regular Lyft, I hate it. Sometimes it really ain't that good. But I gotta do 7 rides, so I'm trying to get back to Disney through all this traffic so I can do some rides over there, because on this side of town over here, I don't feel like doing a Lyft. We'll see what happens. All right, so ride 1 of the 7 I gotta do. So take this person. It's a short little trip. Like, I'm not even worried about how much it is, nothing. It's just couple miles. I drive, that's what I'm doing. Knock that out, these 7. Then try to see if I ain't doing some Lyft Black after that. If not, I might take a break for the night, relax some, and be ready for tomorrow. Uber should be kicked in, and it'll be a Black Saturday. We'll see. That's what my goal is. That's what I'm hoping. But that's why I'm here in Orlando. That's why I'm doing all this stuff, getting everything fixed, tweaked, whatever you want to call it, to be set up for when I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. But now I'm going to Universal to pick these people up. So let me get these people, and we'll see how. Description 14-day trial. So try it out. I'll show you guys how I use it. I use it mainly to track all my miles and stuff. I've been more focused on trying to get the Uber Premier and stuff. That's why I haven't been using it. Like, I'm not at the airport, so not being at the airport, I can't really, I'm not like worried about, hey, how many people are landing, because I can't go to the airport and work and pick up a black ride or a Premier ride or anything. Kind of been stuck in that limbo. But this trip was more just to figure it all out. But I just will let you guys know. Still got that Gridwise affiliate links, 14-day trial, try it out. Then I also have a Vantrue one if you guys need a dash cam. Now, the one I'm getting is the most expensive one. It's 4 channels, the N5S. Now, that is not going to be a link to where you have to get that. I'm not sure exactly what the link is. Probably just a discount for any of their type of dash cams. But the dash cams are a really good, trusted product. And then also Expedia. I'll show you guys the hotel I stayed at. If you guys are ever in Orlando, you want to stay at a hotel, I got an Expedia affiliate link too. So listen, got more things coming, so don't worry. you'll see any product, anything I try to recommend, something I use or something that I believe in, because otherwise probably would really promote it. Because why? You know, and it's definitely not going to get you in trouble, because that's the last thing I want to do is get anybody, when I'm trying to teach you guys stuff or show you something the wrong way. That's not how I'm going to do it. So 2 rides down, got 5 more to go. Both people from the UK, both rides, nice people. One from Universal and then another one to Walmart, but some nice people. So waiting at Walmart, I had a ride for like $3 short. I'm just trying to do really short rides just to kind of knock these out real quick. Especially I don't want to deal with too much traffic, because you know Orlando can just get crazy all of a sudden. So I'm waiting. I made like $10.95 so far, but hey, for some reason it didn't give me the $3. The one time when you want a cheap ride, it doesn't give it to you. That's the craziness, right? Most of the time you're like, I'm not taking a $3 ride, right? And then the times you want it, they won't give it to you. And it's like, look, I just want to knock these out, and I'm not even doing a challenge. We'll do it. All right, so this is day 2 down in Orlando. Now, doing Uber Premier, doing Uber Black, getting the vehicle set up. Now, it automatically, there you go. It didn't take too long to upload the stuff, since I've already been doing it with another vehicle. All I did was switch the vehicle. But the thing is now, because I'm at a different tier level, the problem is for me to even have Uber Premier showed up, even after I've talked to customer support, it still takes a little bit of time. Now, I wasn't sure how quick it would do it or how long it'll take. So the main thing is I'm just gonna have to do some Lyft, kind of make some rides go out. Lyft probably shows me as black, but it's not gonna let me do black until I get the commercial policy. Uber Premier, I have to wait till it kicks in. So until then, it's only been like 3 days, I believe, three or 4 days since I got this car, uploaded it. So it does take a process, but that's the whole thing. At least I was showing. So if you're ever thinking about doing it, you want to upgrade, you want to say, hey, look, I want to do this. I got some money, or I got this, I can kind of do it now, whatever. At least you'll know how long it'll take. You'll know all that. Now, it could be slightly different depending on your area, or your area might not even have it. So that's why I actually came to Orlando instead of doing it in Jacksonville, because if I needed to be here just for the geolocation for it to register it, I wouldn't actually be here. Plus, the amount of gas driving back and forth and me staying in a hotel for the rate I got it through, you know what, it's about the same price. That way I can ensure that once it kicks in, it's not messing it up, jumping back and forth. Now, if it's not there by tomorrow, I'll just come back down and try to figure it out, or I might even just go down to West Palm and try to see there, because if I go to those certain different areas, it should work, because Uber Premier should kick in. Once it does kick in, it should register. Anytime I'm in the city that has Uber Premier, it should automatically give me that option. Same way Comfort will show up when I'm in Daytona. So waiting for it all to do. I'm gonna go eat some real quick, then I'm gonna go do some more Lyft rides, do some more. I'm over here, I'm gonna do it over in this area where I'm at, cause it's a little more touristy, and just, you know, make a little bit of money, try to get some rides under my belt. And then till once it kicks in, you know, ain't much I can do about it besides the waiting game. But gotta make a little bit of money, gotta do a little bit, and then once it kicks in though, everything gets situated, well, then I'll know, you guys will know, all right, if I want to do it, this is how long it'll take. Because, you know, once you do kind of invest all the money, do all that stuff, yeah, you're trying to make that extra bit of money. That's why you invested it. So it does take time. Well, at least you get to see how it works. All right, so I'm gonna go wash the car real quick, and then I'm gonna start doing some rides. I'll see if Uber Premier pops up, but you know, like I said, it's one of those things that it takes a little bit longer sometimes to do, because it's not like you're just doing Uber. It's not like, hey, you know, oh, I'm good, I'm cleared for Uber, I'm good to drive. No, it's a certain tier where actually, because you're making more money, there's a lot more regulations, there's a lot more stuff that goes into it. So the only good thing about it, if you want to do this, well, you get to watch how long it takes me, how I do it. So when you got to do it, you ain't got to try to figure it out. All you got to do is, hey, how do I do it again? And you can just stop, rewind, whatever you got to do, try to figure it out. But me, I got to go online, I got to call, I got to do this, I got to do that. There's a lot that goes into it. So once I do eventually get the commercial insurance, I'll already be automatically set up for Uber Black, Lyft Black. Now I should be able to go to all the different cities and do black, so that's what I'm thinking. The only problem is airports. Airports is going to be the main issue, because every airport, or at least most airports, have like big airports. I'm saying like Orlando, for example, Miami probably, which Miami, probably definitely Miami, but Atlanta, stuff like that, they're gonna have certain regulations when it comes to Uber Black and Lyft Black that it might be hard. That's why I say there's gonna be select cities where I might do Uber Black, or I might do the airports, because unfortunately it's just how it's gonna be. So that's the stuff I'm trying to figure out. That's why I came down here for this weekend. I mean, I didn't really make a whole lot of money. If anything, it'd probably be in the negative, but it's one of those things where I'd rather come down here and try to figure it out than try to start a trip and then be stuck a couple states in and really just still doing Uber. I got to get it all situated in order to do it. And in order to do it, well, it takes a little bit of patience, a little bit of time. I still got stuff I got to do anyways. I was just trying to come down here and figure, hey, I'm going to come and drive, do some Uber Premier. Well, obviously it takes a little bit longer, so that's fine. Ain't no big deal, because that's the thing I know is, like when I was in Daytona, when I stopped there to get gas at Buc-ee's, it actually had a comfort tier. Now Orlando, they took the comfort tier away. Jacksonville never had the comfort tier. Like you could literally toggle it to where you just want to do comfort rides only. Now you could do it here. I could do premium. I could do that's more Lyft. I can do extra comfort. I could do XL. I could do premium rides only, or I could do black rides only. But the problem is with the black is, I'm pretty sure even though I'm qualified for the black, it's one of the things where you still got to have that insurance before it's going to actually give you the rides. So I'm waiting to see how that all figures out. So I've done 2 rides for Lyft. I just dropped them off at Disney Springs. It's not really too busy. I'm not gonna get any Lyft Black or anything. I'm gonna have to have the commercial policy. So I'm gonna try to work on this week. Uber Premier still hasn't done anything, so I got some I got to do this week. Once that's done, that appointment's done, I might try to go to Tampa. I'm gonna go, actually, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna go over to Orlando one day, early in the morning. I'm gonna hit Orlando, and then if Uber Premier doesn't pop up in Orlando, I'm gonna drive over to Tampa and see if Tampa pops up. And if it does, I'm gonna go stay in Tampa for a couple days and do some Uber Premier, cause I want to show you guys what Uber Premier is like. Plus, I want to make some good, decent money so I can try to get it locked in on my thing. Because I figure if I do some Uber Premier and I'm making some money and I'm doing rides, that it's going to save it in the system. So when I do come back to Orlando, when I do go to Palm Beach, when I do go to Miami, Uber Premier already pops up. And then I could go ahead and make some money so I can get the commercial policy. Because I just think the easiest thing is going to do is I'm going to do Uber Premier, but I think because of the trouble of switching the cities to having it pop up, I think it might be just smarter for me to just get a commercial policy. I was really wanting to show, but I could probably show you guys for a while, because that was the whole goal. I want to show it to you for a little bit, and then I'm going to get the commercial policy and do Uber Black. But only problem's going to be, though, I'm going to go ahead and say this now, is airports are going to be a pain when it comes to the commercial policy in different cities. Mainly just for what I'm doing, but I'll break it all down in the future and I'll show you guys. But that's probably what I'm going to do later this week. So I'm going to do a few more of these rides, and then I'm going to go edit this episode, and I'm going to relax a little bit, because I mean, really ain't got nothing else to do. But then again, the way I am, I might just do another 2 rides and then keep doing a couple more rides, and then, you know, sometimes I just keep going and keep going. It's not because I got to do it or blah blah blah. It's just I just get in the groove and meet some nice people, and then just get another ride and forget and this and that. So then I'm just like, you know what? I'll just keep doing it. So we'll see what happens. But like and subscribe. Also, too, real quick, gonna have a new thing with Vantrue. I got a dash cam for Vantrue. I'll have a link in the description. Then I also have, so it just automatically matched me to a ride. Vantrue dash cam, I'm getting one. I'm going to show you guys. I got a link in the description here in the next couple days, or it'll be in this episode eventually. I'll go add it to it, but it might not be once this is uploaded, because I got to wait till probably Monday or Tuesday. Besides that, Gridwise also, guys, don't forget. Alright, so this is why I didn't really like Lyft too much, but Lyft's directions are horrible. Look at that. I could literally turn right here and cut over there, right at this light right here. I could turn in there. But no, I gotta go straight and do all this. Lyft's directions are literally the worst directions. But one thing too I found out is, or I have noticed lately, is especially in Orlando for some reason, is when I do Google Maps to go somewhere, it wants me to go on a highway or it wants me to go on an express lane, which is crazy when I literally could go down the street and go to a place I was trying to go to, and it wanted me to go 10 minutes out of the way to get back to somewhere that was literally a left turn, and I almost could walk there. And I don't understand it. Like, I guess they want you to go by all these places that people paid for ads on Google Maps or something. I don't understand it, but it is crazy. And I've just noticed that in Orlando, and that's going to be a big thing when I travel, because I ain't going to know the areas like I know. I'm going to bother with the airport, and that's why, too, I haven't really been using the Gridwise, because it is tracking my miles and stuff, but I haven't been at the airport really to really use it. When I was there yesterday, yeah, I was using it, but I wasn't getting any rides. I already kind of knew there might be an issue with me getting a ride because of the black tier, because of the airport. Like, maybe I don't have this or that or whatever that you need at certain airports. So we're gonna see what happens. If I get something, or if it clears me, something changes, well, I'm definitely gonna go. But otherwise, hey, that's why I did this. Come down here, it's not too far away. Easy to try to get all these little kinks all fixed, get them all figured out, and then go from there. So, go get this car washed, see if I can't make a little bit of money. Yeah, I kind of hate doing regular Lyft or doing regular Uber, but, you know, got to make some money, and it ain't gonna kill me. So I'm just staying in more touristy areas. I'm not going downtown, not even gonna bother with the airport. That's why I stand over in the Disney area. I'm just gonna do Disney. That way it's all tourists, pretty nice people. It's just easier. I'm not going OBT and all these crazy areas. Not gonna do it. So we'll see what happens though. So let me get this car washed, and maybe it'll kick in. You never know. You never know. But if it ain't kicked in by tomorrow when I leave, I'm gonna have all my stuff. I'm gonna be going. It ain't gonna be worth trying to figure it out, but I'll come back on Monday or something. So we'll see what happens. All right, so down in Orlando, I'm doing this really is I'm trying to figure out how all this stuff's gonna work, because doing Uber Black, it's a little bit different. There's more money, but there's a lot more that comes into it. That's why it's more money. And it's not just about, oh, you got to spend more money. That is part of it, but more of it, there's certain requirements that you have to have per state and per city that you have to deal with when it comes to doing Uber Black. So I had to do a little research. Now, doing this trip, what I'm mostly going to probably do is mostly try to do Uber Premier, because what I'm going to show you guys is what cities have Uber Premier, which ones don't. Now, there's going to be some select cities where I'm actually going to do Uber Black in those cities, but I'm not going to do it in every city like I was going to, because to do that and do it over all 50 states is kind of hard. You literally, most drivers that do Uber Black, they're just doing it in a state or city or whatever, because you have to get certain permits and different other things that has to be done in order to do it. So doing all that research, that's what showed me that Uber Premier's what I'm going to lean on. Lyft Black shouldn't be too hard, but we're going to kind of have to figure it out. I'm going to show it all to you, because this is the thing is, I want to do all 50 states. I want to show you guys all that, but I also want to show you how you got to go about doing all this stuff, because if you're interested in stepping up your game, if you're interested in making more money, well, there's certain ways you got to do it. And there's a few things I've got to kind of learn, more so because of the fact that I'm not really used to doing it, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm good at doing the research. I've been working on this for a while as it is, so it's not that hard.